Good morning and welcome to California Shakespeare Theater. Yeah. Today's production is brought to you in part by the National Endowment for the Arts and Arts Midwest's Shakespeare in American Communities program.
The most rewarding and gratifying aspect of my job is when I get to witness students and their progress throughout all of our programming. For student matinees, I get to watch students witness live theater for the first time. It's like such a surreal and cathartic experience because I see myself in all these students. And when I got to experience theater programming and theater education for the first time, I completely went from like a really bad student to essentially a straight A student. Really, what I needed was to have a creative outlet, and theater became that for me.
I was kind of surprised in the beginning of the second half because it seemed, well, really colorful, but at the end, it was just really amazing. I loved when Hermione walked down. It was amazing.
I thought the play was pretty cool. When Leontes was screaming at first, it was kind of scary, to be honest. Well, I liked when they were singing the music. I thought it was pretty funny and cool.
The play was amazing, and I want to come back and see it again. It was that good.
My first experience of Cal Shakes was when I was 14 years old. My high school theater program took us to see a student matinee of Hamlet, and that was the production that changed my life and my relationship with theater. It was the first time I had ever seen BIPOC actors on stage, and it completely changed the way I viewed theater and still inspires the theater that I make today. And it was the day my love for theater was born. Years later, I am now a teaching artist with Cal Shakes. I feel so lucky to be a teaching artist working with students across the Bay Area and sharing my love of theater with them and encouraging them to use theater as a tool of social activism and of using their voices. So I feel really lucky to be able to do that through this company that I love so much.
Part of the New Classics initiative is to make sure that every student feels a connection to really these universal stories. It's really amazing to see a story like Romeo y Juliet coming to our stage.
No sirvas a la luna que te envidia. Su manto de vestir está verde, triste y descolorido, y ninguna doncella lo porta. Arrójala. Here's my lady. Oh, es mi amor. Oh, that she knew she were.
Apártense, imbéciles! Put up your swords! You know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Voltéate, Benvolio, y mira tu propia muerte.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword or manage it to part these men with me.
For people who are bilingual on any language, I think they find that when they slip in and out of the two languages they speak, there's not necessarily a rule. It's either intimacy or ease or emotion or something like that. And I think there's something very visceral about this way that we're translating it.
And just, I think, flows really well back and forth. And I feel like I understand more of what is being said because it is bilingual rather than only being in English.
One of the things that was great to see was like how the really heightened Spanish, when it's used, is actually more biting and more intense than Shakespeare's, for us, I would think. And it was great to see actors go like, oh, he said that, and that sort of thing.
It is so important that American theater continue to make space and make room to hear texts in other languages, that we see stories reflective of other communities, that we see an all Latina cast on stage at the Bruns. The truth is, the expansive diaspora of Latinidad is woven into America's history. We are here. We do matter. Representation matters. It's important that our youth, as they go to see theater and experience art and culture, how important it is to see themselves reflected in these works. How can we be more expansive as theater makers so that we can then bridge the fact that our stories do connect us to our greater humanity, that there is a universal connection. So I'm excited and can't wait to see you all at the Bruns